Incredible news for South Africa. The authorities are now screening people's social media before they grant them entry into the country. So this Nigerian man posted a tweet about how xenophobic South Africa detained him for no reason at all, no reason. And he's like, if something happens to me, I want you guys to know what happened in South Africa. Talk about dramatic. But one thing I loved was the authorities' response to this tweet. The South African government said, hold up. First of all, we are pleased that you have departed South Africa to Lagos in Nigeria. That is so shady. Like, that is the most professional way to be shady. And then they said, your visa was not even accurate. Your visa is not accurate. But this is the part that got me. They said, you must be mindful of your digital footprint. Immigration authorities routinely screen applicants' social media. And you said some concerning and derogatory things about South Africa and the South African government. And they said, in your case, we asked you about these posts and you could not even elaborate what you meant and why you made these insulting posts about your host country. And then they end off with, South Africa has laws and we expect everyone who comes here to comply. This is so entertaining to me because people say the most derogatory things about South Africa online, calling us HIV merchants, hey, go take your ARVs, the white people own you, you're their slaves, you don't own shit, at least we own our land. Yet the same people saying those very derogatory things about us are the same people begging to come to South Africa. But all I can say is, no TNA, just RSA.
Breaking news, guys. Authorities in South Africa have deported 3 Nigerians. According to the report, authorities in South Africa have deported 3 Nigerian nationals after denying them entry over what officials described as an insulting social media post about the country's government. To some Nigerians that are calling the actions of the South African authorities xenophobia, this is not xenophobia. The South African authorities have every right to deport a foreigner in South Africa that is insulting the government of South Africa or insulting any leader in South Africa, let alone coming online to insult South Africans. As a Nigerian in Kenya, you don't have the right to insult Kenyans online or insult the government of Kenya. As a Nigerian in Ghana, you don't have the right to insult Ghanaians online or insult the government of Ghana. Likewise, as a Nigerian in South Africa, you don't have the right to come online to insult South Africans or insult the government of South Africa. If you think that the government of South Africa is not doing enough or the leaders in South Africa are terrible leaders, leave South Africa, go back to Nigeria where perfect leaders reside. Come on now. Do you think a foreign national will come to Nigeria, insult the president of Nigeria or insult any leader in Nigeria and get away with it? Do you think a foreign national will come to Nigeria and come online to insult Nigerians or insult the government of Nigeria and get away with it? Just recently, the government of Nigeria deported a guy because he made a post about the insecurity in Nigeria. He was deported because Nigerians called him out on social media, Twitter precisely, and the guy was deported. So what are we talking about? If you are not a CIA agent or a Mossad agent, you cannot stay in another man's country as a foreigner and criticize the leaders or the people on social media or off social media. Come on now. Not everything is xenophobia. Okay, you cannot violate the fundamental right of South Africans and expect zero consequence. If you travel to another man's country and start insulting the government of that country or the leaders in that country, you are violating their constitutional right and their fundamental right and their moral right as well. Okay? At the end of the day, there's no constitution in any country that permits foreigners to insult the government. That's what I'm simply saying. But if you are working with the CIA, the American Secret Service, or what is it called? Mossad, the Israeli Secret Service, or the SGE of France, or M16 of British, M15, whatever. These agencies are known for carrying out regime change. So what they do is travel to the country that they want to carry out regime change, create an internal conflict, instigate the people against the government, and regime change will be carried out. Okay? But if you are not working with the CIA, it is not permitted by any constitution in any country for you as a foreign national to insult the government or insult the people. So please, you cannot insult South Africans online as a Nigerian in South Africa and expect zero consequences.
Pretty notebook in hand, I have a few questions for you. Number one, Does freedom of speech have limitations? And if it does, then can we truly call it freedom of speech? I'm asking this because of what happened this past weekend in South Africa, where 3 Nigerian nationals were denied access into the country, not because they did not have legal documentation. Everything was perfect. But the problem was one of the travelers was found to have posted insulting comments towards the South African government in the past. Now, when one of these travelers were questioned and asked to make justifications concerning their claims, they failed to do so, and therefore the immigration authorities found it fit to make arrangements for all of them to be returned back to Nigeria. Hence the question of freedom of speech. Now, I'm going to ask you guys this: with what just happened, do you guys necessarily believe that freedom of speech does not have limitations? Yes or no? But for me, as for me and myself, the comment that I can make concerning this is, just because we have freedom of speech and just because within that freedom of speech we are able to express our opinions does not mean that we are exempt from the consequences of freedom of speech. Let me explain myself. Consequences of freedom of speech and expression could come in different ways. These could be legal consequences, social consequences, political consequences. Let me give you guys an example of a social consequence. Let's say I have a friend group, and if you want to be a part of my friend group, you need to like the color pink. So if you are going to openly express that you hate the color pink, then you should not be surprised when I am not necessarily including you in my friend group. That is a social consequence of your freedom of speech and expression. So no matter what happens, no matter how you use your freedom of expression and your freedom of speech, the consequences will follow.
At this point, I just want to go back to Nigeria.
Honestly,
I swear.
crazy, yeah.
I just want to go back. I just want to go back. When they leave me. So
detaining us for no reason.
Imagine say
for no even any reason.
if airline talk say they no get space because they are claiming that our return tickets will be valid. Not like we won't pay for having to leave today. We still pay extra fee. We still pay extra fee for leaving today. And
Jama has been here before us and he's still here.
Yeah, now they detained him over 24 hours like this. He's been detained. Yeah, Jama don't dig here over 24 hours. So you can imagine. So what if that is our own fate? That would be our own fate. If airline talks say space no day, they go keep us until our return ticket date. So this is not the Africa
we are spending our Easter
in detention.
So South Africa, when we came here to enjoy
we came here to enjoy ourselves. Now they can't detain us. We no commit any crime. Our papers are complete. Everything is intact. They don't check my paper. They check our paper. Everything is intact. Everything is complete. So they are not even giving us any tangible reason for denying our entry. And at the end of the day, they are still not detaining us. I told them, we are telling them we want to book our tickets, we want to book our flights, go back today. We are ready to book a flight back today. But no, they are claiming that we have to talk to our airline, that is still the same airline, blah, blah, blah. We have to wait for them to clear them that there will be space for us to leave today. If there's no space for us to leave today, we'll be here.
They are taking our phone now.
They don't take our phone now. Don't take our phone. We won't be able to come on live, or we won't be able to reach out to our loved ones or anything. So this is really sad. It's really sad. I'm stressed already. I don't be on flight for how many hours just to come here, meet this one. I don't know, man. I don't even know how to feel at this point. I'm really sad, devastated, and angry at the same time. Like,